Tua Tagovailoa is back in concussion protocol. I don't know if you saw the way his head hit the turf in that game on Saturday, but it's like his numbers before his head hit were really good. After he hit his head on the turf, he had bad numbers, 3 interceptions. And so this guy's in concussion protocol again. And I mean, they didn't catch it during the game, but if you saw the way his head hit the turf, they should have pulled him. What do you all think he should do? Do you think let's put it this way. Let's say you're the doctor for the Miami Dolphins. Do you clear Tua to go back on that field, or do you say, look, bruh, shut it down for the season and then make up your mind on what you want to do with your future? It's for whoever wants to discuss it. What would you tell Tua if you were his doctor?
Well, to me, I would say it all depends on what the organization wants to do. Now, if the organization say we want to play and try to make the playoffs, then of course I would clear him to play. I think it's much to do about nothing. I mean, shit, the man got hurt. That's it. And discussion on his future, shit, he got to go get that bag. Point blank, period. Not all this, he up for a contract, I believe, this summer. So, and man, 24, 25 years old, what is he supposed to do? He can't walk away from all that money because he got hurt. Shit, that's a part of the game. If you hit your head on the ground like that, you going to be hurt. So, you really can't control that. I think that it's, now, if I'm a doctor and they leaving it all up to me, you're going to be liable in some way, then no, he can't clear him. But if you say, well, hey, do I think he's all right, just like they did before? Because some people say, well, since his fingers got bent up and all that, they should sit him down all year. Shit, you don't put all that money and stuff in your franchise and pay a guy to sit on the bench and he's completely healthy because you're afraid he's going to get hurt again. That's a part of the game. To me, if I was Tua, if I'm able to get clear, I'm going to come out, I'm going to play. And did his head injury affect the way he played or some of the passes he threw? Maybe so. But at the same time, the same way we saw it on after the fact, they got all the cameras, they got all the footage. They could have saw it then. They just probably didn't want to take him out of the game because they lost 3 or 4 games in a row. That's just how it go. That's part of the business. People want to take a guy off the field, but shit, you ain't the one paying him all these games to be on the sideline.
The way I look at it is this. I mean, concussions are a part of the game. We know that. At the point you need to start looking at the equipment you're wearing. And
so you play him.
I play him. Change the helmet. So therefore you have, as long as you're clear to play, I don't, in this particular case, I don't see him playing this weekend. But in any event, when you do go back out on the field, make sure you change that helmet so you have more cushion on the backside. If you're prone to having that whiplash effect when you hit the ground, which Tua appears to have, then you need to check your equipment, change your helmet, and if you're safe, as long as you're clear to play, play.
I'm pretty sure they've gone the different helmet route though by now. But Eminem, what do you think, man? What would you do?
I mean, in today's football, you can't play them unless you want to get sued. It's too much. It's too much liability. I mean, it's too much stuff go on, and after the CTE lawsuits and all that, I mean, nobody's gonna really risk it. But the 2 points I wanted to add, this is a reason why, of course, he helped himself by going to Alabama, but this is the reason why with certain levels, but especially on the pro level, you have like what you call your prototype size per position. Your typical, if you ask any coach, what would you like don't mean nobody can't play and all that stuff, but how tall would you like your quarterback to be? How stout would you like your quarterback to be? How much would you like him to weigh? See, all of this stuff is calibrated with injuries. And he's really not a big dude, and you're going to be more susceptible. Some people, like you take like Drew Brees early in his career, he used to get injured. Of course, it wasn't like concussions, but you have to do things that work to your advantage. But in a case, I think that Tua, you know, he's not effective when he's hurt. So playing him hurt really don't benefit the team. Now, if it's one of them situations where, and this is something that all of us remember with Terrell Davis, he had a concussion, but I mean he ran all through. Who was they playing in that championship game? Was it y'all Buck? I can't
I
remember.
thought he had migraines. I didn't know he had a concussion.
Yeah, he had a concussion too, but it came out years later. But what I'm saying, this dude had 200 yards. What I'm saying, like, it's different types of players. Like, if a guy can play at a high level, okay, like I don't know if he ever had concussions, but I'm sure he did. It probably just never came out. Steve McNair, he played pretty much the same way, hurt or healthy, but everybody not like that. So if you got a special quarterback, if you got a quarterback and he's not going to be effective, I mean, most of the time that's where that come from anyway. Playing hurt means you still playing at a certain level, but when you're not maintaining that level, well, you're not the type of guy that can handle playing hurt, regardless of what it is. So I think they should sit him.
When you have a situation like this, I mean, if he clears, then the team's going to play him. But I mean, you can probably recommend that he doesn't. However, it's just he's had, this is like supposed to be his third one in just a few months. We're not talking a year, 2 years, or anything like that. We're talking a few months. And so there definitely has to be some cause to be concerned. Now, of course, people are going to blow it out of proportion and all of that. And we've all had our bell rung before, but probably not to this extent. And so I think you have to be concerned, and I mean, yeah, dude, he's trying to make money and all of that, but by the same token, you want to be able to enjoy your money too. I mean, we've seen football players for reasons unknown to us that die at an early age, and we don't know if it's just the collisions that take their toll on your body over time, or what it could be. It could be something unrelated. We don't know. But I think it's something he needs to try to take seriously. And if they determine that he did have a concussion this past week, or if he's feeling like something is wrong himself, then, man, he needs to take this stuff seriously, because you can make all the money in the world. It don't do you any good. When you die, you can't take it with you. And so I just think that he really needs to – I wouldn't care what the team said, me personally. If the team says they want me to play, if I'm not feeling right, I'm not going out there. But if I'm feeling confident that everything is okay, then, yeah, I'll go out there and play. I mean, yeah, football is a violent sport and people get hurt. You hope no one gets hurt to the point that it ruins their quality of life or anything. But I feel like it should be his decision on what he wants to do. And now I know some players are always going to choose to play because they don't want to disappoint the team and things of that nature. And if that's the case, then, I mean, that's on him. Let him do it. But I think they need to let him make the decision based on how he feels.
Roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.